Welcome, everyone, to episode 82 of the Gihyam podcast, where I talk about the energy of the week and all the ways that we are being influenced on a soul level to be able to create miracles in our lives. I did want to start by saying thank you for all of you who are supporting this podcast, who are consistent, avid listeners, and for sharing it with all your friends and family. We are growing such a rapid pace, and almost any part of the world that I go to, people are stopping me and saying that a friend has shared this podcast or my social media content with them, and it has affected and changed their lives. So I want to thank you for that. Also, many people are always asking, what's the next thing to do? The next piece of content to learn and study if you want to go deeper. And I have a lot of masterclasses, most of which are pay what feels right to you, on my website, davidgihyam.com. But what I will suggest for everyone is take the time to listen to Your Infinite Soul. It's both on my website, davidgihyam.com, or you can go to yourinfinitesoul.com. I've created 3 levels of masterclasses, and that dives deep into the blueprint of your soul and why you're in this world, why you go through the challenges you go to. It is the most popular course I have given, and is the one that I have given over the last 20 years. I've made it very efficient for you to listen to. And of course, you can pay whatever you feel for it, even as little as $1. I just want you to be able to hear the content, because that will change your life. That's yourinfinitesoul.com, and there's levels 1, 2, and 3. Let's talk about the energy of this week. A lot of times, I've shared this before, that we're always going through 2 phases of life, right? The building of the vessel, which is often that difficult time in your life, that struggle, that period of the unknown, the period of uncertainty. And it's very challenging to be in that phase. But when you complete that phase, and we all complete it at different times, and part of learning Kabbalah and the spiritual wisdom is that you can complete that phase faster. You control the timing of it. Instead of lasting 3 months, it could last 3 days. Instead of lasting 3 days, it could last 3 hours. That's your power. That's how much power you have to be able to control the timing of things. Because in the upper worlds, with the light of the Creator, there is no time. So when you are of the vibration of the light, when you're acting like the Creator, you reduce the space between cause and effect. And that's why a person who's maybe going through a breakup, and that pain, that grief lasts for months or years, it could last for just days. You could literally go through that mourning period in a few days and cleanse yourself and heal yourself and see the whole picture, and even meet someone new fairly quickly. And not because you were needy or you went out and just looked for a rebound relationship, but because the universe brought you your next soulmate, because you were ready. You collapsed time through your spiritual work. And then we talk about this phase where the revelation occurs, where you're not even looking and something beautiful is sent to you because you've earned it. You've created the vessel for it. One of the things I want to talk about is, in those difficult times, which you might be going through right now, is we think that the pain that we feel is because we don't have something. And that may be true. But the sages say that the stress that we are feeling, the anxiety that we often feel, isn't because we don't have something. It's because there is so much energy around you being revealed, wanting to come into your life, wanting to become what's called your or pnimi, your internal light, that it feels dark. So darkness isn't the absence of light, according to the sages. Darkness is the excess of light. There's actually so much goodness that wants to come into your life. There's so much love that wants to come into your life. There's so much abundance. Like, whatever your goals are, whatever your vision board says about abundance and relationship, it's maybe 100 times that. It's trying to come into your life. So think about that for a moment. Whatever your goals are, whatever your desires are, whatever you're praying for, there is exponentially larger amounts that's trying to come in. And that's what stress is. When you feel stress, when you feel pressure, when you feel out of control, when you feel like life is unstable, it is simply because there's so much energy that's wanting to be part of your life, that belongs to you, that has been carried from lifetimes, and it's finally ready to be born. It's like when a baby's ready to be born, the mother doesn't have the option to say no to the baby. You can't push the baby back into the womb. When the baby is ready to be born, there is a pressure that is created. There is that moment where the contractions occur. And it's interesting, before the greatest, happiest moment of a woman's life, which is the birth of her child, she goes through the most painful contraction, the most confusing and painful contraction, where I remember even when each one of my children were being born, it almost felt like death occurred before life. And even when my twins were born naturally, there were 12 doctors in the room, because rarely would someone with a high-risk pregnancy choose to have a natural birth without an epidural on Pitocin. For those of you who know what I just said, you know what that even means. Pitocin is given often when contractions aren't occurring and we need to create pseudo-contractions. So it's extremely painful. The epidural is actually what numbs the pain. And so Mary Ruth at the time chose to go through a completely natural birth. And so the doctors were so shocked. There were 12 doctors in the room observing what was happening. And it took some time before the twins came out. And I actually saw in her eyes a moment of death, almost like there was so much pain, so much shock, in fact, that preceded the revelation of two great souls. And what's also a miracle about these two great souls is because she had experienced a miscarriage many years before with twins. And so this was a re-revelation, a coming back of souls in many ways. So when great light is revealed, there will be that contraction. Know that the pain that you're going through right now, or any kind of sadness or feelings of apathy, feeling numb, feeling overwhelmed, feeling lost, feeling like you're abandoned or alone, it is not because your fulfillment is not existing right now. It is not because your fulfillment is far away. It is not because there isn't someone there for you who's going to love you, or a child that's meant to be born to you, or abundance that wants to be revealed to you. Quite the opposite. It's all there in excess, in great abundance, and it wants to come into your life. So I want to reframe that just right now. Truly reframe that in your mind. You are not missing anything. There's actually an excess of light that is surrounding you, trying to come into your life. And really what's happening is you are being asked to elevate your consciousness. What does that mean? What does it mean to elevate your consciousness? To get to a place where you go from being the effect, being a victim, being the one who thinks that things are happening to them, to actually a place where you might even seem delusional. You decide in your mind what is happening right now. You tell yourself right now, oh, all this chaos, all this confusion, all this darkness, this is just a lot of light. This is just light that wants to come in and be born in my life. You telling yourself this is you elevating your consciousness. I mean, what else were you going to tell yourself? Because if you don't tell yourself this, by default, you'll tell yourself, oh, this is bad. Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, I'm anxious. Oh, these people are hurting me. These people are ruining my life. These people are betraying me. And so that becomes the narrative. And then that's your consciousness, which is a lower consciousness, which means that now the movie that you will see and experience is going to be of a lower vibration. You will have chaos in your life. And that chaos is just there to push you back up to elevated consciousness. The goal in life is one goal. It's not to go around helping people or building things or creating things. That's actually not the reason you were created. The Creator didn't bring your soul to this world to go and just create, jobs and families and fun. That is a byproduct. Your soul was created for one reason, to elevate your consciousness, because this elevation of consciousness becomes a vessel that holds the light. Once that light is revealed, then yes, in this physical world, you have blessings. You have miracles and things will come to you. You don't have to worry about that. You only have to worry every morning about, where's my consciousness? There's a war happening around me. There are bombs that are falling, maybe even physical bombs, metaphysical bombs, metaphorical bombs. Doesn't matter what's going on. What is happening in your head? Are you protecting your thoughts, your desires, your vibration? Are you reminding yourself that no matter what is happening in your life, it is good? It is good. Oh, but this is bad. This other thing is bad. I had someone very close to me just pass away. I had someone very close to me their child is going through cancer. I had something going on in my business. It's falling apart now. Everything's slowing down. All of these things, initially, we want to label as bad. I understand. It is painful. Your free will is to label it as good because then you transform it into good. The sages say something very interesting about dreams. Dreams can be very prophetic. There are certain times where if you have a dream, such as if you have a dream Friday night, that's often a time where messages are coming through from a higher level, not just your ego, but from prophecy. There are times where between midnight and dawn, the gates are open for dreams to come through. Often when you have different people who come into your dreams, if they hand you something, different symbolism, and it has nothing to do with a movie you saw during the day or a person you saw. So let's say a person randomly comes to your dream, but you hadn't even talked to this person or seen this person in weeks or months. These are all messages. The sages say something interesting. Be careful who you share your dreams with. Because, and we learned this from Joseph, from the Bible actually, because he was a master dream interpreter. Whoever interprets your dream, that is what the dream becomes. So you be careful, the Zohar says, be careful who you share your dreams with, because if they interpret it to be a negative dream, they actually create a negative prophecy in your life. And that's why when people come to me and share their dreams with me, I'm always trying to interpret it in the positive way, because then it becomes positive. This isn't just about dreams. This is about every part of your life. When someone brings you a problem, when someone brings you something that is not making sense, is not working, or when you yourself are bringing a challenge to yourself, and your ego is telling you this is bad, you must interpret this differently, the way you would interpret a dream. You would say, oh, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. This isn't a loss, it's a redirection. This isn't me going through a lack of love. This isn't me being alone. Reframe it. You're not alone right now. You're actually being given a space to be with the Creator. I know there are times in my own life when I felt the most alone, when I didn't have a romantic partner, when I didn't have friends that I could count on, when the people I thought I could lean on weren't there. Now I could go and say, oh, how is this fair? God, how is this fair? I'm doing so much spiritual work. Where's my blessings? I could actually go to my friends and go to these people who I thought I could trust and say, what happened to you? You're so transactional. You're no longer there. Could do all those things. You could do all those things. But let's reframe it. All these people who are leaving you, all the relationships that are not happening, all the incessant dating that you're doing, just meeting one emotionally immature person after another, and you're thinking, ugh, this is so miserable. What if it's really just the Creator wants to spend time with you? The Creator is creating an energetic fence around you so that people don't bother you. The reason why you lost your job right now or your career is stalling is because the Creator wants to spend time with you. The reason why you sprained your ankle, broke your foot, or having challenges in your life is because the Creator wants to spend time with you. You know, this week it was my birthday, and my friends asked me, what do I want to do for my birthday? I said I had so much planned, and I wanted to actually spend it more by myself. I wanted to go for a walk. I wanted to talk to the Creator. You know me, I love my walks. I love my prayers. I had this whole day planned, and the night before, I had bought this little machine, this vibration plate machine it's good for wellness and lymphatic drainage, it's the whole thing. It arrived a few days before my birthday. I was so excited. I got on the machine, I was using it. But I think I set the settings too high, and it created an imbalance in my back. And then my back went out completely. That happens a few times in a year. That's kind of my pain point. It goes into my lower back. And all of a sudden my back spasmed and I fell to the floor. It was so debilitating and painful that I could do nothing besides, I could barely even bear crawl. I bear crawled to my bed. I couldn't even move for 24 hours. So my entire birthday I spent in my bed. I thought to myself, what a day, what a way to, this was the day I was looking so forward to praying and walking and seeing nature and spending time. And then I realized something. This was the day that the Creator just wanted to spend with me. Because even when I'm praying and going on my walks, it's still my way of doing things. It's still my way of being productive. And so sometimes the Creator comes in and totally rearranges your life, totally creates a detour. And that's often what happens when you go through a health challenge that slows you down. I have a friend who broke their foot. I have another friend who has to have shoulder surgery. I have another friend who had to have a different kind of surgery with their stomach. All of these things are forcing you, not just to slow down, but to make a date with the Creator. So if you are going through something in your life where you are being stalled, you are being taken out of your routine, you are being abandoned, or it seems like there's this kind of energetic fence around you where love can't come in or opportunities can't come in, this is now the opportunity for you to spend time with the Creator. There will be times where you'll be busy again and you'll be successful again and you'll be in love again and you'll have everything. You will have everything. We are promised to have everything and you will have it. You don't even have to wait lifetimes. You have to know with certainty you're going to have everything. But at this moment, the Creator wants to spend time with you. What are you going to do with that time? You can study, you can learn, you can talk out loud to the Creator. You can journal and write to the Creator. Develop a relationship. Talk out loud to the Creator and then be silent and see what words come back to you. When you start to have a dialogue with the Creator and you start to have a conversation and then you stop and then you hear a voice in your head, this is actually the Creator talking back to you. When we create the desire and vessel to want to talk to the Creator, there are so many beautiful, energetic things happening that the universe is speaking back to us. And that is prophecy. That is where you get your greatest ideas. That is where you get your greatest vision. I have seen in my life the times where I was left alone ended up becoming the most productive moments of my life. I have seen the times where people I counted on weren't there for me ended up becoming the most productive days of my life. I have seen the times where I felt the most rejection and the most betrayal in my life ended up becoming the most productive days of my life. I remember even, this was probably, over 10 years ago, I went through something very, very, very difficult. And it was even hard just to keep a good attitude. It went on for months. And those were the days where I was in New York City and every night I had to teach a seminar. So I would say every night, I would say about 3 to 4 days a week I was teaching. So I would go and teach a seminar Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. every night in New York City. Anywhere from 50 to 200 people coming to each seminar, different topics, different days. And I was going through such a difficult time. I kept telling myself, how am I going to go up on a stage in front of people and talk to them about happiness when I'm not happy? Talk to them about productivity when I'm not being productive. Talk to them about manifestation when in my life at this moment I've manifested nothing. I don't have money. I don't have a relationship. I don't have anything. This was over a decade ago. And I said to myself, I feel like such a fraud. I have no motivation to go up on stage and speak. Now, mind you, by then I've probably given thousands of seminars. So it's not about public speaking. It's about me not feeling that I could even be authentic. I can't cancel these classes. I can't just tell everybody, hey, I'm going to take a break for a couple months. Plus, I know that when you don't want to do something, when every part of you is not motivated to do something, when every part of you just wants to escape or shut down or feel bad for yourself, these are the moments where the greatest light are being revealed. And I would show up And before I would go to these seminars, I would talk out loud to the Creator. I would say, I have no energy. I have nothing even to say. I am not inspired, but I'm going to walk on the stage and I just need you to talk through me. And I would leave these seminars not even knowing what I said and thinking to myself, oh, everybody probably saw how depressed I am, or everybody saw how disconnected I am. They probably it was probably the worst seminar. Every single time I would leave those seminars, people who had been part of my classes for years would come to me and say, I don't know what it was, but that was the best seminar I ever heard. And I said, what did I even say? And I said, I don't even know what you said, but I got the messages I needed to hear. And then they would see miracles in their lives. And then I realized something. The times when I feel most connected, the times that I feel that I'm in control and everything's going my way and I'm inspired, oh my gosh, I have a message to share and I'm so inspired, those were not the most powerful seminars. Those were not the most powerful days. People did not have the most powerful experiences. Hey, there might have been a lot of energy, but the light wasn't fully flowing through me. When you are broken, when you are uninspired, do you know that that is the moment your soul is shining the most? That is the moment when the angels in the upper world have affinity of form with you, so you have angels around you, because the angels have no ego. The angels just are servants of the Creator. And when you are broken, you have no ego. And when you're broken without ego, and then you surrender to the Creator and say, I don't know what to do. Talk through me. Guide me. You tell me what to do. Now you are your most connected self. You will see miracles. People will feel your light and your energy. You may not feel it, but everybody else feels it. You may not think you're being productive, but there are kingdoms being built around you. There are miracles being created around you. You can't see them yet. So it is always the opposite. It is always the opposite. When you feel your best, that's probably when you're most disconnected. When you feel you're most disconnected, as long as you don't fall into sadness, depression, victim consciousness, and blame, you are your most connected. When you feel overwhelmed and out of control, you are your most connected. I need you to remember that. I need you to not let go of this opportunity. And if things are great and life is great, then be appreciative, be thankful, because there will be times when it's not. And your appreciation now for being in a state of miracles will protect you and bring you consciousness in the darker times. So we're not saying don't appreciate these good times and just hope for bad times. That's not what we're saying. If you're having good times, appreciate it. The Creator is blessing you. If you're having difficulties and challenges, appreciate it. It's because you are now most connected to the light of the Creator. It is a lesson we need to hear all the time. It is a lesson we need to remind ourselves all the time, that at every moment, the Creator is with us. We are loved. We are appreciated. We are being taken care of. Even if everything in your life went wrong and you were not productive and you were not helping anyone and you were not famous and you are not achieving anything, the Creator still loves you. The universe still supports you. Everyone is rooting for you just the same. You choose what your consciousness should be. Let's do a meditation now to help bring this energy in a deeper way into our soul. I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in to relax your body. And then exhale and allow yourself to step outside of your body as if you are looking at yourself from above. I want you now to walk around your body. I want you to observe your body. What do you see? Is it easy for you to look at yourself? Look at your facial features. Look at your body language. Look into your own eyes. Do you love the person that you're looking at? Do you appreciate the person that you're looking at? Do you know that the day that you were born, was the day that the Creator realized that the world could not continue without you. Do you know that the whole world was created for you? It is important for all of us to appreciate the power that we are, the unlimited gifts that might be dormant now but will be revealed at some point. I want you to take your arms and wrap them around yourself. Give a hug to the person that you are looking at. I want you to visualize that you're being surrounded by this beautiful white light. This is your surrounding light, your Or Makif. You must know that all the fulfillment, all the blessings that you desire and don't even know you desire will come into your life. Everything is just waiting for your consciousness to elevate so that when the blessings come, they can be held, they can be enjoyed, they can be appreciated. There is nothing missing in your life. I want you to feel and to know that at this moment, there's nothing missing. The highest level that you can reach is to be broken but happy. To feel out of control. To feel like you don't even know what to do, but to also know that you are being taken care of, and to have certainty. Can you feel this state of broken but happy? Can you feel what it feels like to have nothing to lose and only leaning on the light of the Creator? Imagine every day goes by, you have no money, you have no relationships, you have no friends, you have no one that can support you, and all you have to rely on is the light of the Creator. It's an incredible feeling, in fact. Watch how the Creator guides you. Watch how the Creator brings you resources, brings you food, brings you money, brings you the right people at the right time. The only way the Creator can fully guide us is when we feel we have nothing but the Creator. And it's hard. It's hard because we have so much in our lives. We have assets, we have friends, we have a support system, and that's beautiful. But are you able to live a life as if none of those things would be there and all you have is the Creator? This is something you must meditate on. To keep the blessings in your life, you have to visualize not having any of them and only having the light of the Creator. This is actually how you protect your blessings. So I want you now to just let go of everything in your life. Your family, your children, your responsibilities, your name, your platform, your wisdom, what you think you know, your achievements, your accolades, what everybody thinks of you, how great of a person you are, how bad of a person you are, your reputation you've created, your networks, your business relationships, your friendships. I want you to let them all go. I want you to see all of them just leaving you, naked, stripped of your entire identity. What is left? Just you and the Creator. How are you going to eat? Where are you going to sleep? Your house was taken away, your food was taken away. You really have to trust now the Creator. You really have to trust that the Creator is going to bring you food, place to sleep, a job, a family, I want you to feel the weightlessness of not having anything in your life stabilizing you besides the Creator. I want you to do this meditation and visualization as many times as possible, because now you are releasing yourself from the attachment of the physical world, and that's what blesses the physical world. That's what actually immortalizes your blessings, when you can let them go and only trust the Creator. Your blessings will increase, and then you have to let them go again in your mind, and then they will increase, and then you let them go again in your mind. This is the entire secret of immortality. Now release yourself from yourself. I want you to hold your own hands and look at yourself in your eyes. Make a commitment to yourself. The goal in life is consciousness, certainty. Be delusional. Create the life that you want in your mind, and to know everything is good at every moment. No one can take what's yours. And if you feel overwhelmed or you feel destabilized, very good. You've finally gotten there. You are now one with the light. Release your own hands. And in your own time, come back into this physical world and come back into your body. Take a deep breath and allow your energy to settle. Carry this consciousness with you into the week. Thank you so much, everyone.